Hi there, my name's Peter and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, please feel free to like this video and to subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this one. In this video I'll be showing you how to draw SHMEE150's McLaren Senna from the SHMEE150 YouTube channel. This hypercar is an interesting car to draw. It's got some interesting aerodynamic shapes and looks really cool on the paper. So let's get going. So I'll be using just a normal paper from my printer and a HB pencil. So with cars, I start with the wheels. One of the most important parts of the drawing. If you get these looking right and sitting in the body of the car well, the car's always going to look better and more realistic. So just moving the paper around. Wheels at the top, quite a tight round circle, so just trying to move the paper in a nice gentle way, and so that the pencil is always moving from the wrist in a nice flowing motion. You're not working against the shape of your hand in the drawing process. Okay, there you are. That's the first wheel. Okay. Next wheel will be further back, probably about. Okay, let's do the same thing again, moving the paper around, always getting the paper into the nice, comfortable position for your hand. You're always going to make the drawing as easy as you can to do. So we've got both wheels there. Now we can draw the ground and connect those wheels together with the ground now. Totally different movement of the hand. Long, gentle strokes. Remember, practice the stroke first before you just push the pencil down into the paper. That's it. So now we've got a nice baseline to work from. So next I'll start on the front wing. So a good point over the front wheel. And the car's got a nice line over its bonnet. And then just drops down a little bit around the window. Then starts rising up again towards where the engine is. And then just unusually starts drooping down before the rear wheel. Often cars hump over the rear wheel, but with this one it starts drooping before it. Okay. And then a little tight flick back as it comes back round here. Okay, then I'm going to do the A-pillar. So A-pillar comes down into the wheel, so often somewhere near the centre of the front wheel. This one's just slightly in front because it's a mid-engine car. And it comes up and drops down over the engine. And we've got the windscreen set out in front. And then you can draw in the roof line. Get some depth on the engine cover itself. Okay, right, back of the door sits somewhere around there. Another piece there, and you can just fill in a little bit of detail here. There's a little filler cap or something just sitting in there. Okay. Right, so around the front, the Senna's got some really big headlight sockets, but these are actually air intakes. And they fill in between the gap between the top of the bonnet and the and the corner of the car, the wing of the car, which we've just drawn in here. Okay, and then in there we can then just place in actual daylight running light and the main headlight. Okay, the nose of the car comes down like this, then he gets a splitter splitting out the front, and then that runs back to the wheel. And when you're drawing cars, always remember to fill in the gap right up to the wheel with the base of the car. You don't want to see a gap in the line here, because the chassis of the car obviously runs all the way around. So there's an air outlet here, and then this is the actual wheel arch here. It runs really tight to the tyre at the top, then opens out a bit more at the back. Let a bit of air out at the back. Okay, that's it. Okay. Right. Let's start putting the sill in. Now the car slightly rises up towards the back, and then this piece here. So now the doors in a Senna have a really cool low down window, which in the door, so you can actually see through it, but then you can see some of the sort of mechanism of the door set inside it. And you end up with this dark graphic here. And I'll just shade that in whilst I'm doing it, whilst I'm here. Now with cars I like to shade front to back, so you get a bit of motion in the car. The car's always moving in this direction, so I tend to shade in that direction to show, you know, it's a fast car and you want to show the speed of it. So it's got another sill line there, and then it's got a lower air intake down here. Maybe just want to shade that in here just to show that it's overhanging, causing a shadow. Then it's got the main engine air intake up here. And just I'll shade that in as well a little bit there, and that just interrupts that line. Okay, right, so wheel arch just comes up here, and then follows the wheel nice and tightly around the front of it, but it opens up at the back a bit more. Get a bit more air out the back, the wheel arch. Okay, then we can then start drawing in the diffuser. Lots of complicated shapes at the back here, so you can just use just the strokes of the pencil to indicate what's going on. Just where the bodywork comes together. Okay, that's pretty much the back done. Now we're going to start at the rear wing. Now the rear wings in most cars are sitting at the back here, but in the Senna it's quite a long way forward. So it's sitting up here. And it's a huge rear wing sitting up here like this. and then it curves out the back, so you then can see the centre of the back wing. There's the end plate, and this is the wing itself flowing out the back. Then over the top of the bonnet, the rear of the roof, or the bonnet over the engine, there's a roof scoop, which is always cool in a hypercar. Okay, and then we're going to just fill in little details like the wing mirror sitting in here, and then there's an additional kind of like half window in here, sitting in here. Okay, well, we're still pretty much getting there now. So, and then we've got the wheels. So just slightly to the right of the centre there, and then just slightly to the left of the centre there, you stick a little centre bolt, and then you can start adding the tyre, making sure you're moving the paper around, keeping a nice steady distance, constant distance from the outside the edge, so the tyre looks like a nice size on the. Don't worry about moving the paper around too much. You can never move the paper around too much. Got to get it in a nice comfortable position. Do the tyre at the back now. Then we can then just draw in the spokes. I'll just do like suggestions of spokes and sitting in here. And then there's just a little brake caliper sitting in here. And brake disc, adding extra detail in. Sitting back here, and a brake disc sitting in there. Okay. Okay, and there you have it. A McLaren Senna. Thank you very much. Now, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, and there'll be more videos like this coming along very soon. I've been Peter Jarvis, and enjoy your drawing. Thank you.